And we'll start with Ben Bolch, LA Times.
Good morning, Coach Skipper.
Morning, Ben. How you doing, man?
Great, thank you very much. I want to start off with something fun today. I actually got two questions for you, if you bear with me here. First one, Ciale Top Hockey blocking. How much fun was that? How did that come about? I mean, obviously it was successful and something we might see more of going forward.
He was begging to be able to do something on the offensive side. What I didn't know is he came in here as an O lineman, so he has that background. And like I said, he was begging to get out there. I was like, all right, we're going to use you then. And sure enough, he went out there and did his job. So that gave us some juice on the sideline. It was good to see.
Um, One other thing, there's been some talk in the national media the last few days about kind of a distortion of credit these last few games. Specifically, some people think that you're not getting enough credit for the turnaround. What's your take on that sentiment, and have you talked about it as a coaching staff?
I guess it's good that I don't get on social media and all that stuff right now because I don't feel that way. But I don't really know what's happening out in the outside world. I'm in this building so much, but I love what I'm doing. I'm just working, man, and I just try to put us in the best positions to be successful on Saturday. That's all I can control. I just control the controllables. I don't know what the narrative is and all that stuff. I'm just doing what I do, man.
Thank you.
Let's go to Dave Woods, Bruin Report Online.
What's up, Kip? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Um, just from a motivation standpoint, I'm interested. What is kind of the strategy going forward now? It was don't be one-hit wonders at the second game in a row. What is it at this point? And do you ever start getting big picture with it? Do you start introducing the idea of a bowl game as a goal? Is that even something you talk about?
Nah, so I'm all about the moment that you're in, man. Wins what's important now. What are we doing right now? When you're taking over something and you're new, everything you say is important and you have to get everybody to go in the same direction all together. So each week has presents different challenges and things like that. This week kind of is the standard, and don't get bored with success. We have to keep doing what we're doing and always be on the rise. It's not a time to get off the gas pedal right now. We got to keep on pressing, keep on getting better, and keep on working.
Let's move to Ben Royer from the LA Daily News.
Good morning, Skip.
Morning.
I have a question about it. Seemed like a few of your tailbacks seemed to get kind of scraped up in that game. Can you get any injury updates on guys like Anthony Woods and Frios?
They play a highly impactful physical position. And when you play a position, everybody's trying to take your legs out and knock your head off. You're gonna get sore and banged up a little bit. I mean, that's just football. But I don't anticipate us having anybody missing practice time right now. Obviously, we'll have a staff meeting later and we'll talk more through everything. But I saw everybody yesterday. Everybody seemed to be in good spirits. Woods probably had the most, I don't know if you want to say severe or what impactful injury. Kind of took a hit down low, but he seemed to be walking all right when I saw him, but I'll know more later.
Next up, we'll have Tracy McDonald from On Three.
Hey, Skip, thanks for taking the time. Two things for you. Just to follow up on Ciale, how did that, I guess, come together as far as, you know, I guess the conversations leading up to the game and how much time did Ciale kind of have to kind of work on that?
Yeah, it's just week of the game, man. We watched what they do on defense and figured out ways. Hey, we could do this and this. I think it'd be very good at this. And now we're at the point now. I was all right. Can we expand on this? Does Maryland give us possibilities of doing things that fit his style of play? Just normal game plan stuff, man. That's what it is. He asked for it and wanted it, and we gave him a chance at practice, and it looked really, really good. So we carried it into the game. So we'll see if there's anything to build on that for this week.
And then, the defense obviously is really taking a turn under Coach Coyle, especially considering, the first four games where there were a lot of missed tackles and things like that. Has there just been more of an emphasis on tackling, or are they just doing something different with pursuit angles, or I guess what would be the cause for the turnaround?
I think all of the above. I mean, we really work on the fundamentals. I think it's more fundamentals than it is actual scheme. I think we are tackling at practice. I mean, we're full pads on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We do drills when we get to endo time that specifically are to use your weapons, your eyes, feet, and hands. We're learning how to wrap up and move our feet on contact because the hardest thing to do is restart your feet when they stop. Just fundamental stuff, and then giving them a game plan that we hope will be successful against the opponents we play, and then them executing it. And to me, being a defensive player and a former player myself, when you're confident and you know what's going on, you play a lot better and you play faster, and stuff starts clicking. So it's good to see, and hopefully we can continue it.
Ira Gorawara, The Athletic.
Hi, Coach. So tomorrow is going to be exactly a month since you were promoted to interim head coach. And
Didn't
just
know
two
that.
questions. Yeah, two questions off that. One, how has sort of the locker room environment, just the attitudes of players changed in this past, month or just under a month? And second part to that, what's been the biggest challenge for you in your new role in this last month?
All right. I mean, time's flying. I really did not know that. Seems like yesterday. But first question, I will say the locker room is clean to start with. That's the first thing. I think a clean locker room makes you a lot happier. It shows team discipline and it shows you can win off the field. So now you can go ahead and get on the field. I think success and winning brings smiles to your face and excitement. So execution fuels emotion. I'm hoping and it looks like the guys are in good spirits and things like that. And they know that tomorrow is going to be a work day and they better be ready to go. But I think we're giving the guys the why and the reasons why we do things, and that's helping them know what to expect. So I think that part is good. And then the second question, if I remember right, was my biggest challenge. Was that what it was so far?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Ah, man. I mean, there's challenges every minute of the day. Um, I'll start with this. When I first took over, it was like every time I talked to you guys, everybody was asking me about who's redshirting and who's going to the portal. Like that was like the theme. That was like the number one question. And we've been able to keep the team intact, and that's an everyday thing. I think we've shown them that hey, we can make it a good environment here, even though we have all this change and stuff. Just stick with us, and we're going to be all right. And I think that keeping the team intact has been probably the biggest thing. And it wasn't like I had a lot of guys coming to talk to me about it. It's just the fact that it was available to do. It was more of that and the what if. So I would say that kept me up at night, but it wasn't pressing. It was just me thinking. So that would be the biggest challenge.
Jordan Mendoza, USA Today.
Good morning, Coach.
Morning.
This has been, quite the turnaround. The program has gone from, being kind of almost the laughing stock of the sport to now they're almost a darling of the sport in such a quick turnaround. And I feel like a lot of it has to come with the mentality of your players. What would you say about your team being able to like not necessarily fold in the situation when everything seemed like it was collapsing to them, finding that motivation to keep the season going and completely turn it around?
Yeah, I think it starts with nobody's feeling sorry for us, man. Like we're football players and the schedule's set and we need to show up. I think the way we practice, way we attack practice, helps us out. We have identified a style of play that we want to be, and it's our job now to keep the standard. Play with that fanatical effort, play with fundamentals, being smart. All those things we just have to continue to do. But it's not like something that's just going to show up on Saturday. You have to practice about it. You have to work about it and not just talk about it. So I think the guys are working really hard and it's starting to pay off for them.
And I also wanted to ask too, just Nico's leadership. He mentioned, if you guys don't want to be here, leave. And he's really taken on that even bigger presence and being a leadership. What have you seen from him over this past couple of weeks of you being in charge?
Man, from me getting here in late July, early August, whatever it was, the first thing I recognize with him is this dude's a natural leader. Like he's a very vocal guy, and what he says, people follow him. And it's impactful information. There's no fluff with him. So I really like that his leadership skills, and I like that he's on our team. And he's not a guy that's just going to do too much either. Like just in that last game, he didn't have to do a lot of running. They had spies and they kept people in the box, so he threw to 9 different receivers. Like he knows he's a winner. He knows how to win. He knows what he needs to do, and it's just a joy to see him play.
Next up is going to be Jack Hazlitt from the Sporting Tribune.
Hey, Coach, good morning.
Good morning, Jack.
So I just wanted to ask, I mean, there seems to be like such a significant energy shift with the team, especially on the sidelines. You see it. Everyone's getting high, kind of jumping up and down, dancing before kickoffs, things like that. I just wanted to know how does that like energy sh like do you feel that energy shift? How does it translate onto the field and kind of who leads the way to those on those sideline hype ups and kind of sessions?
Yeah, I mean the sideline hype stuff that has nothing to do with me. That's the natural energy that comes for it's game time. You know what I mean? But I've said this many a times. I'm an energy passion type guy, and if we don't have it at any moment, we're going to restart what we're doing. So the guys that bought into that, there's a lot of juice. Our pregame meal in the morning, everybody's worried about the time and all that stuff. Guys were talking, ready to go. We knew it was game day. Game day is a different day than every single day out of the year, even Christmas. Game day has its own special feeling, and we had that feeling that morning. So as long as we just keep on loving football and playing with passion and energy, whatever you see on the sideline or on the field is natural, and that's just what happens from us being juiced and ready to go.
Let's go back to Ben Bolch.
I wanted to ask about Noel Mazzoni. What has he added, and also have you? I mean, him and Jerry go back a long ways, right? I mean, he was the offensive coordinator at UCLA when Jerry was a quarterback
No
here,
doubt.
so they have a long-standing relationship. Have you sensed a special connection between them, and what has kind of Noel added with his presence around this team?
It's definitely a special connection, you know. It's kind of like me with Coach Coyle, you know, they coached you, and then now you get to coach with them, and you're still learning from them. Like that's what's crazy about it. You're still constantly learning. So I see that same kind of connection with those two. Noel is very knowledgeable. Like I mean, like very knowledgeable. He's a Rolodex of information when it comes to football and offense and things like that. And I'm glad he's here. He helps us every single day. He helps us every day. I enjoy talking to him because he has energy and juice and passion. Like it's natural. He doesn't need coffee no more in order to get to that point. So he's a joy to have and be around. And I'm just excited to keep on learning and seeing how this thing keeps on progressing.
Ben Royer.
Hey, Coach, I got two questions for you. The first one's a little more general, but how much does these two wins help bring the energy back to the student base? You're playing at the Rose Bowl this week. There's some excitement building around the program. So for you as a coach, how exciting is that now students can show up for a team that's putting it out there on the field as well?
No doubt, man. You know, winning it's going to create excitement, and we need everybody in that Rose Bowl. Like we need to show up in this thing on Saturday and be ready to go. It's homecoming and all that stuff, but don't lose sight of it's a football game. It's a top-notch game in one of the best facilities in the entire country in the world. So come on out, cheer us on. Let's keep the excitement going. And the more people that are there and the louder that Rose Bowl is, the better our chances of winning. So let's bring it.
And then I wanted to ask you about because of Cole Martin's big play, the fake punt. I'm kind of curious what have you seen from Cole and Coach Meat in their dynamic during practices and during games? I'm kind of curious from your perspective what that's looked like.
Man, to be honest with you, I was here probably 3 weeks till I knew that that was his dad. Like I didn't even know. Like they don't even talk really out in the field. Like it's just player coach, like completely. And Meat focuses more with the corners, you know, and Coach Lynn's more with the safety. So that dynamic never really came up or whatever. They just kind of natural. The only time I kind of see is after the game, they kind of hug, do their little thing, and you know, I love you, son, and all that stuff. Love you, dad. But other than that, I mean, it's we out there working, and it's just coach player. Like it's go time.
And then looks like we will wrap up with Ira.
Coach, just another question about Nico. You know, he said on the broadcast post game on Saturday that you're a coach that he wants to play for. And, we're seeing a lot. We're seeing more out of him than we have, the first four games. How have you managed to bring that out of him? Obviously, he's a lot of talent, but how have you really brought that out of him as a player?
Man, I wish I could take credit for him being able to run so fast and being tall and being able to throw so great. I think what we do is just let him be him. I mean, seriously, my job is to make sure the guys are ready to play and then the players go out there and play. So players play and coaches coach. I treat everybody the same, and he's a wonderful talent, and I'm glad he's on our team. And he's a dual threat guy that we can use in many different ways, and we're going to try to use all of those ways. So that's basically how I would answer that.
All right, looks like that will do it. Thanks for the time, Coach.
All right, thank you guys. Have a good rest of the day.